Hey there, everyone. How you doing? Lee Stranahan. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good night on a Thursday night. We had a great show today, by the way, on the backstory, in case you missed it. We had two guest hosts, Carmine Sabia and Carter Laren from Safe Space, in different hours. And we had two great guests, Ted Rall, who's across the river, but across the political divide as far as you can be. Carmine Sabia is a Christian conservative. Ted Rall's a commie. He's a literal communist. And both great guests, though, and both actually very nice, reasonable guys for a commie, sure. And then we had Kim Iverson on with Carter Laren. And seriously, these latest shows I've been doing this week have been a tremendous amount of fun, except for yesterday, because that was all the Biden press conference. It preempted my show, basically. So I can only make it so fun. I was there at the beginning and the end, is to kind of bookmark it. But I want to tell you about something else fun, and I'm going to keep doing these sales until I reach my goal. My goal tonight is I want to get 5 people to sign up, and I'd like you to be one of them. Let me tell you what I'm doing. And by the way, I'm going to admit something here. Full admission. I get a little spazzy sometimes talking about this stuff. And part of the reason I get spazzy, again, I'll be honest with you, is that I'm very excited about it. Aside from the medical and divorce custody issues I've had in the past couple of years, I've been working my butt off, which may be part of what has led to some of the health things. But you've seen some of it. But I'm now about to reveal everything. Stop, it's not dirty. Calm down. I'm about to reveal everything and share with you guys a lot of the work in progress I've been doing. And I'll show you some screenshots here in a second. I came up with this idea a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago, that the best way to tell the truth is through fiction. And I'm doing it a few different ways. One of them is with a script, and I showed it the other night, but I'd have to bring up stuff on the Mac, and I don't want to because it'd be boring to watch. But I got 15 pages of a script that asks the question, what would happen if JFK were not assassinated? And the reason for that is revealed through the course of the film. The film stars JFK, who survived. It's New Year's Eve, 1969, and he's getting ready to go to a big New Year's Eve party in Las Vegas, which is now controlled by the mayor, Frank Sinatra. Because what happened was, since Kennedy lived, the Beatles bombed on Ed Sullivan. No one wanted to watch these British guys. And the crooners, led by Sinatra, who was, close to the Kennedy family, became more powerful. And now he's the mayor of San Francisco, of Las Vegas, forgive me. And the Beatles have been working for him as songwriters. You'll see it's in the script. And he's married to Mary Pinchot Meyer, not JFK, not Sinatra. Mia Farrow is a minor character in the film as well. But if you want to read the first 15 pages, which people have really loved so far, it's an alternative history sci-fi story. I equate it to something like Man in the High Castle, except with the Beatles. So go ahead, picture that. And what I'm doing is, it's completely fictional, obviously, but it's based on the truth. Mary Pinchot Meyer did have a love affair with JFK, and I think they would have ended up together if Jackie had been shot in Dallas, which is what happens in my film. And if you know history, you can guess why the CIA did not take out JFK, because he was obedient. And you probably know what he's about. Here's a hint. There's a bay in Cuba. I'll just leave it there. Oh, and by the way, Bobby Kennedy is effectively the viceroy of Cuba, where Meyer Lansky is still running the Riviera in my fictional universe. And it's very interesting the way it works out. Because I've got the whole thing plotted out. I know exactly where the story's going. So if you want to read it, I have a special offer right now. Just click the link. Be one of 5 people to do it tonight. It's going to cost you $10 a month. you can't buy 2 pounds of ground beef for $10, can you? If so, you're cheaping out. You're using like 60% lean. You know, go a little higher end. Your family will thank you for it later. But that's one story. Now, the other one is a steampunk story that I'm working on that is set in steampunk era Victorian England, late 1800s. The Rothschilds are characters in it. Cecil Rhodes is a character in it. Let me show you. I wanted to show this in the last sales thing I did, but I couldn't. Here's a couple of frames from it. This is just the set where the world is set. And this is not done. There's a few things. This is just to give you some sense of the look we're going for on this. And it's a really fantastic story that's based on the idea that Cecil Rhodes and the Rothschilds and the other people developed the ultimate weapon a few decades before it was finally developed. The ultimate weapon being video propaganda, TV, and a steampunk version of the internet. So they're getting elitist disinformation to people all around the world instantly. And that that ship you see in the sky there, that's one of the broadcasting, they're not satellites exactly, because they don't fly that high, but they're sending essentially high-powered telegraph signals all around the world almost instantly. They go up through Newfoundland to connect New York to London. They go up through Canada, through Greenland, so they don't have far to go at some points. And it allows them to have an instantaneous satellite feed to promote propaganda. And by learning about this wacky sci-fi idea of propaganda, you learn why the elites actually developed propaganda. They didn't do it this way, although one of the guys who's a character, let me show you some of the character stuff. That's the set. I'm building characters too. And the characters are going to be able to be animated. I'll just show you a bit of that. Because I might present this as a movie. I might do this as a graphic novel. I might do this as a radio play. But if you'd like to be part of it, if you'd like to see the art and read the scripts and all of that stuff, if you want to be part of what we're doing here, I'd like you to click on the link, join. Everybody who's a $10 subscriber, when we get this going in a couple of weeks, 2 weeks from yesterday, because we started last night. In 2 weeks, the $10 deal cuts off. I might offer it later for twice the price. But right now, that's why. 5 of you, I know 5 of you have $10. I know that, right? That's not, you can't buy much for $10. You can't get close to Netflix for $10. And I'm also going to give you all of the notes. It's the research that I'm doing this in. There's a tremendous amount of research because, for instance, I can't just magically have them have this technology. By the way, did you know they developed primitive video systems in the 1800s? That'll be in there. Some of the research that I'm basing this on. It's really fascinating stuff, and I'd really like you to be part of it. So I'm going to stop saying that, and now search through your wallet, whatever. Go under your cushions. You got $10 a month. I know you do. And I only need 5 of you tonight, but it starts with you right now. Do you want to learn the truth about propaganda, about hidden things, secret societies, stuff like that, stuff that has been kept from you, but learn it in a fun way, enjoyable. It's artistic. Do you want to do that? If you don't, well, sorry, I don't have much to sell you. I don't have, a cheeseburger or anything sitting around. But if you'd like to learn stuff, learn the truth, have fun, and hang out with other people, because I'm also going to have once a month Zoom meetings where everybody will be able to get together, and we'll talk about the stories as they're developing, and I'll take questions, and I'll be slightly spazzy, but, that's how I roll. Anyway, I'd love you to be part of it. So please, click on the link, sign up right now. What I should do, so if I'm not this desperate yet, I'm not desperate at all. One of the things about living up in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, is it's fairly inexpensive. But I've put a tremendous amount of money invested already in my studio here. And if you notice, I stopped asking for donations almost completely a couple of years ago because all that money was going to the Future X, basically. I'll put it like that. And so once I stopped the wife Jones, and those of you heroin addicts from the 50s know exactly what I'm talking about. But if, too much wife Jones in, maybe William Burroughs knows a thing or two about that. But my point is, that's over. I haven't asked for donations only a couple times when I have been desperate. But I've been putting all the money into the studio, which is fairly badass. And now it's starting to pay off, and you can be part of it. So do me a favor. Like I say, if I were desperate, I'd keep going until we got at least one sign up. But I'm going to let you guys go now. You think about this. I want you to be part of it. We're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to learn a tremendous amount. And you'll have a chance to actually influence the stories a little bit as well. So until next time, I'm Lee Stranahan. Have a good night. Bye for now.